I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating, I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Website without a visitor is like a ship lost in horizon. So, how's the Josh, guys? Are you all excited for the boot camp? You can use the chat section for the same.
Yeah,
I'm
guys,
Rupashi, a web
please
developer
respond
currently
in the
volunteering
chat
at
box.
GFG-DCE. We'll be hosting this event along with my counter host Krishna Kartike Bhatt.
Hello everyone, this is Krishna Kartike Bhatt. You people can also call me KK. And I am from first year computer science branch, right now volunteering in GFG-DCE as a volunteer Delta.
Now, I would like to give shout out to our GFG-DCE team. Let me introduce you all to our chairperson, Mr. Rishabh Jain from IoT branch, third year, and our vice chairpersons, Ms. Prachi Singh and Mr. Utkarsh Jha from CSC branch, third and second year, respectively. I would also like to welcome the core team members and volunteers of GFGDC Students, Chapter 2023. Moving forward, I hope everyone knows why we all are here for. Do we? May I have the chat reactions? Okay, good to go. Make your doubts clear because the development week is here. This is a free bootcamp program which will be fruitful for you all in terms of skill development. All you need to do is invest your time. Knowledge is a key to success, and the camp will surely be worth it. I hope you all know it. I would now like to brief about the schedule for the upcoming week. As for today, 24th of February 2023, we will be having our CSS session with Ms. Sakshi Tomar. She has 3.5 years of experience and also worked in TCS in UI development and is currently working with Status Neo Consulting as a digital consultant. We'll connect to her shortly. Tomorrow, that is 25th of February 2023, we will have our JavaScript bootcamp with Mr. Utkarsh Jha from 7:30 p.m. onwards. He is the vice chairperson of GFG-DC student chapter and is currently working as a web developer intern at Sri Morvi Landscape Services Private Limited. As we move further, on 26th February 2023, we will be having our React JS bootcamp with Mr. Rishabh Sharma from 4 p.m. onwards. He is the lead front-end developer at Black and Green. Also, he is an educator at Geeks. Adding more, he was an ex-product engineer and educator at Prep Coding. Last but not the least, on 27th February 2023, the project day with Tushar Patodia from 4 p.m. onwards. He is a blockchain developer and currently working as a full stack intern at Perks Mind Private Limited. Also, he is the technical head at GFG-DC student chapter. On the fourth day, you all will be provided with a project. You may add this project in your CV, as making a CV beautiful is all we aim for. Mark up the dates on your calendar, set up the reminders. The GFG Development Week is here. Over to you, KK. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, Rupashi. So, everyone, KK this side. Starting with CSS, we all know that we have conducted a session on HTML already, and it was very nice to see such a great response from you people that day. So, we know that HTML is used to form a skeleton, or we can say a structure of a website. But, everyone likes the beauty, right? Everyone likes the beauty. Thus, here comes CSS to solve our problem. So, by taking forward our session, I would request today's speaker to take forward this session. Sakshi ma'am, over to you, please.
Yeah, hi everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am,
Hello.
you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. So my name is Sakshi Tomar, and as already Bhatt has said, that HTML is basically the skeleton, and so I'll be moving forward with the CSS like styling part. So first, I'll introduce myself. So I've been I have currently 3.5 years of experience in IT overall. So for 2 years, I worked in TCS. So there I was full stack developer. Like for backend, we were using Java, and for frontend, we were using React, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And in my current organization, that is Status New Consulting. So here I'm purely into front end side. So I'm working on React, HTML, and CSS. So I'll be continuing on CSS part. I'll share my screen first. Okay, let me know once my screen is visible.
Yeah,
It's
it is
visible, ma'am.
visible.
Okay. So if we'll start with CSS, it's basically like if we are writing normal HTML part only, so it will look like this, like simple. So this is the tag. So if we want to add the style or we have to make it presentable, so we have to add CSS in our files. So what is CSS? It's basically cascading style sheets, and it's like how we define our HTML elements or how we design it. So going to the second part, CSS okay. So it's basically currently the latest is CSS 3, CSS 1 and CSS 2 are not in use currently. So we are using CSS 3. That is the updated version. So, okay, CSS saves a lot of work. CSS defines how HTML elements are to be displayed, like styling particularly. Styles are normally saved in external. Okay, so there are three ways in which we can import CSS or we can design. So it's like internally, like we can define our style in HTML only. Second is external, like we can import external files, CSS file, then we can style. Third one is inline, like if we're giving HTML tag, suppose division or span. So in that line only, we can define the CSS, that is inline CSS. Okay, so how do we write it? So it's basically like th. This is the selector. So one is selector, one is declaration. So selector is basically, suppose we have given the class name th, or maybe table header it is. So that on which we have to apply the style. So this is th, and this is the style, like color red. If we are giving. So this is written here only, selector and declaration. Going to the next part. Okay, in design also this property and value. Property, sorry, it's color. Property is color or background color, alignment, whatever we have to give, and this is a particular value. Suppose we are giving color red or black, so particular color will be value of that property, and we have to end it with semicolon. Okay, so here it is written like that only. This P is the paragraph HTML element. I hope you all know it. So this is the property that we are giving, color red, text alignment, center. It's basically like whatever we are writing. Suppose in the paragraph we have written my name is a dash dash whatever. So we are giving a property of center. So it will be aligned in the center of the page. So it's color again, and it's comment, like CSS comment we can give like this. In normal JavaScript and HTML also we give it like that. And then is id and selector. So suppose you have one division and you have given it class equals to, suppose, font family, and id equals to first. So on the basis of that we align the CSS, and I'll make the demo of this after the PPT is finished. So it's like if we are selecting according to the id, so we have to give the hash, and if we are selecting according to the class, then we give it dot. So that is the identification of that. Yes. So like I have already told that external, internal, inline CSS is like these are the methods through which we can display the styles. So external is basically like this is the format through which we include the external CSS. So link rel style sheet. It's like what is the type of sheet we are using, style sheet, and text CSS would be there. And reference is basically like which CSS we are considering, like that is in our file. So that is external one. Internal is basically like in the same HTML document we are giving the style, so we have to use the style tag particularly, and we have to give the type text CSS so that it can identify that this is the CSS that we have to use, and this is the color, like this is the tag, and this is the property, and this is the value that we are giving, like whatever we want to give. And in body, if we want to give the background, then background image we can include the URL, we can include a color we can give with background color. And this is the inline that I was saying, that suppose you are using paragraph tag p tag in HTML and you have to give the inline. So inline is basically like in this only, by using style you will be giving whatever value or property you have to give. And okay, this is the external, this is the complete external file, this is the internal one. Okay, so these are the different properties, CSS properties that we use obviously at the end to design the page. So this is like body, this is the division. sorry, this is a division, this is paragraph, this is heading H1, H2 that we have in HTML. So background color we have given. So there are different formats, like this is one of the format. One format is RGB, and one format is like we directly give red, green, blue, whatever color we have to give. Okay, this is the tags that will check in practically. Okay, we are including the same. This is body color, text decoration, and uppercase, lowercase, text transform, whatever we have to use. Okay, so next property is font family. So it's basically like to which font family your text or division, whatever you have written, that will be included in. So there are different font family, like example is also given here, Times New Roman, and we can give more than one font family in one design if we want. Okay, this is font style. It's like normal, italic, like it will be displayed italic, and oblique is there, bold is there. This is font size. So px is basically pixel, and there's one more property em that we use. So that is in regard with your screen size. So 1 em is equals to 16 pixel. So that will display accordingly. Yeah, this is written here only in em. Okay, so yeah, 1 em is basically 16 pixel. So so suppose we have to give 40 pixels, so we'll be giving 2.5 em accordingly. Okay, so okay, so it's basically like A is anchor tag, so that is for hyperlinks. So these are the pseudo codes that we'll write. So it's basically like the link is available, so that on that also we can assign the property. So it's like color, we are giving normal color, that is unvisited. Visited as in you have opened the site, hover as in when you are hovering on that, and active as in that link is active currently. So different designs we can give. Okay, so it's basically like listing. Listing style type is circle. Like if we are using ordered list or unordered list, sorry. So it's like circle or square, whatever sign we have to give. And, okay, this is for table. Like if we are using table and THTDTR tags we use in table. So it's basically like border. Uh, just give me 1 second. Yeah. So suppose border of the table we have to give. Okay, so it's like 1 pixel border we have to use, and solid as in so that it would be visible. If we are not using solid, then the border would not be visible. 1 pixel, 2 pixel, whatever width or height we have to give. And this is the color, basically the border color that will be giving. And yeah, this is table designing only that is written here. Okay, so that is an example of HTML. Okay, we'll see that practically. And yeah, there's one more property called display. It's like display block if you're using. So in that division, that will be blocked to that particular, suppose in the division you have given your name. So that would be covering on the only that area. It will not be covering the whole width, as that is normal display property of division. Okay. So, okay, that is border top. So it's like border design we can give like dotted border or solid we have to like use. So according to that, and for all the 4 dimensions we can give it separately, or if we have to just give it all same, so we can use border style instead of top, right, bottom and left. Then okay, padding and margin, that I'll explain practically only. And if I'll come to CSS box model, so it's basically like there's one content and the border is there. So between content and border, there would be padding, and outside the border, that would be margin. That I'll explain. Okay. So okay, so that this is the HTML. So in this paragraph is there. This is paragraph we have written in that. So for that P, these are the styles that will be covering in that. Okay. Okay, so if we have given visibility hidden, so that a particular text will not be visible, but still that will be covering the area, but that would not be visible. Yes, it's written here. This is a visible heading. Note that the hidden heading still takes up the space. Like that would be blank, but the text would not be visible there. this is the code only. So if we'll come to advantages of CSS, so it's like it saves time, because in HTML also we can write the CSS, but it's better to take a separate file. And if we have to change, suppose there are 3-4 properties, 3-4 class name that are same, and we are giving property of font color is red. So if we have to change it, so we can just change it in one file instead of go to HTML and changing it again and again. So it loads faster because different file we are using, and we are not changing it again and again on different places. Easy maintenance as there's one place only, and superior styles to HTML. Yeah, there's wide range of properties that we can select in styling. So disadvantages, so there's no much disadvantage, but if we'll say through, it's like browser compatibility. So in some browser, some properties are not compatible, so those particular browsers implement their own property tags, so that we have to use instead of particular CSS tags. So that is the only disadvantage. Otherwise we can use it anywhere we want. So if we'll come to the practical part, I hope code screen is visible. Okay, so this is the file. So in this, we have given the class app. So these are different divisions and anchor tag I have used here. So we'll be styling it. So currently I have commented all the CSS. So yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Okay. If we have to comment it, then you have to use it like this. /n asterisk you have to use. So this code will be commented. So if you'll see currently, there is no as such styling. This is just normal HTML that we are using here, and this is blue in color because this is hyperlink, like anchor tag we're using here. Yeah, for W3 schools we're using. So that is the reason this is blue in color. So now we'll implement one by one. So we are using external CSS inline. Also I'll tell in this only. So suppose we'll go for this one first. So class is font family. So for this class we have to, yeah, for class we use dot, and for id we use hash. So for this font family, suppose I'll be giving font family only. So these are different options that are coming. So if we'll see, this is normal, like no font family is still there. So if we'll implement, suppose I'm giving this one. Yeah, so this is the font family feature that we are giving in here. Just
Guys, if anyone has any doubt, you may write it in chat. Sakshi ma'am, you may continue.
yeah, okay. So this font family property we have given to this, and there are different options available. We can choose from any. So second, if we'll come to alignment, I've given the same name, so that is more understandable. So that is again class. So dot we are using. So for text align, currently you can see this is aligned by default only. So I am giving the alignment text align center. Suppose I am giving. So this will be aligned in the center, and if I am giving end, so that will be aligned in the end only. So for currently, I am doing it center. That is visible. So next property, if we'll check font weight. So font weight is basically bolding your text. Suppose currently no font weight is there. If you'll see, this is simple text only. Suppose I am giving font weight as 500. That is without any unit. Yeah, so it gets bold. So if we'll come on next property. So we are taking class font color. In this, we can change the color of our text, whatever we have written in that division or span, whatever you are using. Font color, sorry, it's just color. Yeah. So currently it is by default black only. If suppose I am giving it aqua color, so it will be changed according to that. Like whatever is your requirement, you can change it accordingly. So if we'll come on second part, it's BG color, background color. If you want to change the background color, currently there is no background color for this. So suppose I am giving green, background color green. Background color will be changed to green, and it is covering the whole width because I have used division. In case of division, in place of division, if I am using span, so it will just cover that space only in which your text is covering. So next property is margin. So that is a part of box model, margin and padding. So okay, first I'll dot margin because we are using class again. So in this case, first I'm giving the box, the border, so that you may understand it better. So border we can give, first we have to give the width of the border. So suppose I am giving 5 pixel and solid dotted, whatever we have to give current for current, I am giving it solid, and then we have to give the color of the border. About this margin, okay, I will reduce it to 3. Okay, so this is the margin element. So if we are using margin property, so it's basically like outside of this border that will be implemented. Margin, suppose I am giving 20 pixel. Yeah, so it will check like I've just given margin, not top, left, bottom, or right. So it will be considered from every side. So it's like 20 pixel from here, 20 pixel from top, 20 pixel from bottom and right. So if I'll give separately margin left, suppose I'm giving left, I have given 100 pixel. So it will be increased because after margin property, once margin left is also implemented by 20 pixel, after that only I have given margin left separately. So that will be implemented again. So that is the margin property. I'll be coming to padding now. So for padding also, also one more thing, if you want to give the border radius, so you can give, suppose I am giving 3 pixel. Just to give me 1 minute. Border radius, okay. Okay, I'll implement it there. For padding, if we are using padding is this class, this one. So first I'll be giving the border in here. Border 2 pixel dot, suppose I'm giving, and green color if I'm giving. Okay, so that will be dotted because I'm not using solid here. I'll also give a margin so that margin and padding both are clear in one only. Margin 20 pixel we have given. Okay, so if I'll give the padding in this, so what you'll observe that the content, like content is padding and this is the border. So the distance from, the distance between content and the border will be changed. If I am giving 20 pixel, yes. So it's basically like box model. This is the content, and in between content and this border, this is margin, and outside the outside the border, that would be margin from previous or next element. Okay. I hope this is clear. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask or write.
Sakshi ma'am, Girish has one doubt that he wants to know the difference between HTML and CSS.
Okay, okay, Girish. So HTML is basically like, if you'll see, if I'm okay, I am commenting the whole CSS. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so I have commented all the CSS. So now if you will see, this is normal HTML only, like whatever we are writing in tags. So division we are using, span we are using, a we are using. So it's like normal font family or whatever text we have written, that is displayed here. But if you want to add the style, suppose like obviously no one wants to see the site like this only. We have to add the style. So for that style, we use CSS. So that's why we implement CSS to make it more presentable. I hope that is clear. Okay, so coming to the next part, if I've also added the hyperlink here. So now I'll tell you the pseudo part of CSS. So a tag we are using. So a is there. So there's a property of hover. Hover is basically like if you go on here, like hovering the element, the anchor tag. So suppose I have on hover, I have to change the color of that text or link, whatever it is. So color, suppose I am giving red on hovering. Now you will see it will change to red. We are hovering on this, and okay, so it will be changed to green. So that is pseudo elements, pseudo CSS that we use. So it's basically for anchor tags, and pseudo classes is also there to use to implement. Okay, and span and div, that is the part of HTML. I hope that is already clear to you all. And there are different CSS properties you can implement. You can check it on Google, and you can style your HTML in different ways. Like there are many. I'll not be able to explain or demonstrate all of those. So that's why I've told you the basic ones. This code, if you want, I'll provide it. They'll share it with you. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, if anyone has any doubt in padding margin, I hope that is not that is not a topic that would be clear in one go. So if anyone has any doubt or wants me to repeat anything, then they can share. Okay, padding, I'll explain. So for now, I'm removing this padding property. I'll explain it again. So this is the padding element on which I'll be using the padding property. So for now, if you'll see, this is normal style only, like normal HTML. So if you want to add the padding, let me show you the box model. Okay. Okay, so it's basically like Geeks for Geeks. That is your element that I have used as padding. So, and this is your content, and this is your border, this one, and in between your content, whatever you have written, and the border, how much spacing will be there. So that is basically padding. And outside the border, this one, and your sorry, this one, and your previous or next division or span, whatever you are using tag. So that difference is basically margin. I'll demonstrate it once again. So this is normal padding. What padding class we are using? So border first I'm giving, suppose 2 pixel solid black in color I'm using. Okay. So now if we'll see, there's no gapping between padding and the border, like padding text and the border. So maybe that is not appropriate to use. So if you give the padding element, suppose you have given 20 pixel, so there will be difference in this content and the border. Yeah, so this gap, basically your content and this, the border, 20 pixel, 20 pixel. So that would be there. And suppose you have to change only the left one, padding. Okay, first I'll remove it. You will see the difference. There's no padding. Yeah, okay. So now you have to suppose only give the padding 50 pixel to left side only, left side of this text, the content. So what you'll be doing is padding left only, you will be giving 50 pixel. Suppose 100 I'm giving, so that is more visible. So yeah, you will see the difference. Okay, I'll first remove it. So this difference is this much only because we have given it 20 pixel. So padding is basically if we are just writing padding, that means left, right, top and bottom all will be considered in here only. But if we are giving it separately padding left, so that would be increased. Okay. Yeah, so it is increased to 100 pixel. Okay, I hope that is clear. Any doubt in padding? Okay. Okay, if I'll tell you first to implement the inline CSS, suppose yeah, in this way I've used external CSS. So if I'll tell you, yeah, one more thing I want to tell. If we are using first, like ID we are using and class name we are using, and on the basis of class name, font family, I've already given the property. But after that, I'm giving on the basis of ID. So hash ID name, I've used it first. So for ID we use hash. Suppose with ID I've given the property font family. Suppose I've given different. Okay, this one I have not saved it yet. So for current you can see the font family is this, but I'll save it, and then you will see that family is changed because ID is always given the preference over the class name, but over ID the preference will be given to inline CSS. So if I'll tell you how to write the inline CSS, it's basically like you'll in that particular tag only you have to write the style, like this is the syntax, and inside that you will be writing, suppose so you have to give font color. Okay, one more thing, I'll be giving the font color here, color red I have given. So for now you'll see that it is red in color, but in inline CSS I'll be giving color different, green. So it will be changed to green because this will be given the preference over everything, the inline CSS. So it's basically if you are using class name in suppose in all the tags I'm using this one only, class name, font family, but for this particular element I have to change the color. For everything I have given the color black, but for this, suppose this is the heading and I have to give the color green. So for inline, for that I can use the inline, so it will be applicable on this only, on this particular tag only. So this is the way to write inline CSS. Okay, and one more thing, if you have to see, suppose you don't have the code, you just have this site and you have to see which color, which font family, what are the design that are being implemented on here. So what you have to do, you have to inspect, and what is the shortcut is you can use F12 key in your keyboard to inspect. So from here also you can use. So what you'll do is you'll go to, suppose you'll go to this font family. So you will see what are the styles that are applicable here. So you have to click this arrow first, this one, the left corner. And if you'll click on whatever element you have to see, you can click on there to see the styling. So this is the font family. And here you will see like these are different tags. So in styles only you have to go to see the styles. So you will see that color is green in here. This is the CSS, but this is cut because inline we have given green. So this is being cut here because that is not being used for now. This is the font family that is implemented here. Also, I told you that this is the ID, hash first was the ID, and first was the ID and font family was the class name. So class name would not be given the preference because we have already used the ID. So that's why it is displaying in here. And if you want to change, like if you have to see like at the runtime only, if implemented different color, yeah, you will see that font color is changed. Like you can see the styling at the runtime only. Suppose you are building any website and you want to check, suppose black I'm giving, so that would be changed according to whatever we are giving in inspecting. And if you will like tick, if this is tick, that means that is being used in your site. If you will untick it, so this color would be visible because that is in the styling part. Okay, now this would be untick. Yeah, if you will untick this also, so that will go to default only. So that was black, so it will be considered as default style. So that was for this inspecting part. So flexbox also is a property. Yes, yes. Okay, what I'll do is I'll take the division, explain it. I'm commenting it for now. Okay, this is blank for now. Suppose inside this I'll be taking 3 division. So suppose I'm taking CSS, HTML, React. 3 divisions I'm taking. So these are the child and this is the parent division. So for parent division, we'll be giving the flexbox property. First, I'll explain. Flexbox is basically if you have different elements and you have to align it in a proper way. So that is the property that we use. Okay. So it's basically like flex start. It's like you have 3 elements and you have to align it properly. So yeah, it's basically like flex start. So that will be aligned in the starting. This is justify content property of CSS flexbox. Flex end is that this, center is this, space between as in proper space, like equal space would be there, and space around as in from first and last element there would be space, and space evenly as in there is equal space on. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, for space evenly there would be equal space for all the elements on the left and right hand side. Yeah, so I will be giving it class name as flex only, flex box. For now, if you'll see, these are aligned here only because I have not given any style. Okay. So for flexbox, first we have to give the display property as flex, and then we can give justify content is there, like how we have to align the content. Okay, before that, there is flex direction. Like if we are giving row, so in a row that will be aligned. If I'll give column, in a column that will be aligned. If I'll give column reverse, it's like first tag was CSS, then HTML, and then React, but I have given the property as column reverse, so that would be reverse. Like CSS will be last, then HTML, React would be first. So in same, if I'm giving row reverse, so in that case, yeah, here they will be aligned like this. Okay, so for now I'm giving row. Okay, and justify content. Suppose space evenly we are giving. So okay, space around first I'll give. Yeah, so there's space around all the elements, and then there's space evenly. Yeah, so these are space that evenly gap, you can say. And one is flex end, so these will be aligned at the end. Flex start is also there. Yeah, so these will be aligned at the start only. For current thing, I'm giving it as space between. Space between is the first element will be at the start, last would be at the end, and then there will be space, equal space in between all the elements between first and last. Okay, I hope this is clear too. Anyone has any doubt?
Sakshi ma'am, Pulkit has a doubt that he is asking that can we write HTML in JS file also? And Rupashi has also one doubt that what is the difference between ID and class? And Vandita has also messaged me. Guys, you can ask voluntarily here only also. And she's asking about what does that universal selector means?
Okay, so universal selector is basically, suppose there's one style, there you have one document, HTML document, and for that particular document you want font family to be same. So asterisk you will be using as a universal selector. Then you can like dot class name we use or hash ID we use. So with the same we can use asterisk, and then we can define the style for the whole document. Suppose you have given in asterisk font family particular sans, suppose you have given, so that would be implemented in the whole HTML document, but you can change it by giving it with a different class name or with the inline styling. So that is universal selector. And second was, what is the difference between ID and class? It's basically like if you have attended the HTML session, so it's like we get the values from ID, like get document element by ID or by name or by class name. So that is the difference. And for styling, the difference I already told you, that ID is always given the preference over class name, and inline CSS is always given preference over everything. So that is the difference. And what else was there? You can write it. Okay, Prachi, you can let me know if there's any doubt. If
Uh, Everyone, you can also talk with Sakshi ma'am. It's really a great opportunity for you all. I hope everyone is clear with the topic. Yes, Shashank? Okay, okay. So, we really enjoyed your presence, Sakshi ma'am. Yeah, Pulkit has one doubt. Ma'am, can we write HTML in JS file also?
HTML we can write like, if I'll go to React, then in React is basically a JS file only. So in that you can write HTML. So that is basically JSX that we write. So yes, we can write it.
Anyone else? I hope everyone enjoyed the session. Please implement these things in your website also, so that it can help you in the future too. So we will have one project at the end of this development week also. So please continue with the sessions we are conducting. Tushar has one doubt. Ma'am, can you please explain about grid and CSS?
Yeah, grid is basically we use it for table purpose, like table tag also we can use, but grid is more, we can say, oriented. So for data assigning we can use grid and CSS.
Rahul, you can speak it up. Yes, Rahul? Okay, so what is this? Like बचपन से सपना था shout out लेने का. Please ask relevant questions. Tushar is asking difference between grid and flex.
Flex is basically the property how you align your elements, like if you have three elements and how you want to align it, that I just showed. And grid is basically for table purpose, like mainly for table we use it. Flex is for normal elements also.
Yes, Aditya really enjoyed this session. Aditya, please implement these things. So, ending up with the session, I hope no one has any doubt left. Is it? So, Sakshi ma'am, we are really thankful to you that you provided your really important time to us, and thanks a lot for taking the session.
Yeah. Thank you, Prachi. Thank you, everyone.
Tomorrow we will have JavaScript session. So guys, please be on time and take up the most you can take it from the boot camps.